Have you ever really stopped to think about how we pick out books for kids? I mean, it seems pretty simple, right? But the right book at just the right moment, wow, that can be a truly profound experience. Today, we're going to dive into one teacher's personal journey of discovery and really unpack the art and the science behind choosing that perfect book.
I love this quote because it's really at the heart of our story. A book isn't just some static thing on a shelf. It's a relationship. It's like a friendship that grows and changes with you. Who you are when you read it completely transforms what it means. So let's see what that actually looks like inside a real classroom.
Okay, so our journey kicks off with a teacher's experience in a classroom for students who are learning English as an additional language. She decided to read two very different picture books to two different age groups. So on one side, you've got Este. It's this super vibrant, happy story that she read to first and second graders. It's all about a boy who gets literally everything he wants for one awesome day. And on the other side, she read Alexander and the terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day to the fourth graders. You know, the classic tale of total frustration where nothing goes right. And the way the kids reacted, well, it was fascinating. The younger kids, they were just completely captivated by Este. Seriously, on the edge of their seats, imagining pizza for breakfast, drawing pictures of their own dream days. But with the older group, one fourth-grade boy immediately, and I mean immediately, connected with Alexander. He even started sharing stories about his own bad day. And this is where it gets really interesting. It shows that books can act like mirrors, right? They give kids this sense of vicarious satisfaction and a totally safe space to explore their own feelings. Now, that experience was super powerful, but it didn't just stop there. The teacher started to ask herself, why? Why did that happen? And that kicked off a period of some really deep reflection. And here it is. This is the big question that turned a simple reading activity into a real professional inquiry. She wondered, especially for her students learning English as an additional language, her EAL students, if there was a more intentional, a more thoughtful way to pick books that truly get at what they need.
You know what really sharpened this question for her? It was something she noticed with their homework. The kids were using a digital library, and when they got to choose for themselves, they almost always gravitated towards comic books. And hey, who can blame them? They're fun. But it really highlighted this gap, you know? The one between what kids choose for pure fun and what we as educators might choose for their language development.
So all of this questioning took our teacher from her own personal experience straight into the world of established research. She was on a hunt for a framework, something to help her make sense of her observations and build a much clearer strategy moving forward. The first big aha moment came from the work of Piaget. A child's stage of cognitive development is a huge factor. You've got your younger, self-centered kids around ages 2 to 7 who see the world one way, and then you have your older, concrete operational kids from 7 to 11 who think very differently. The books we give them really need to match where their brains are at. And okay, beyond all the brain science, what do kids just plain like? Well, research shows they are absolutely drawn to colorful pictures, humor, and exciting stories with a good plot. And for the little ones, you can't go wrong with animal characters. The main thing is they crave that emotional connection. They want meaningful stories that help them figure out themselves and the world around them. Now let's layer on the specific needs of EAL students, because this part is a real game changer. For them, books with strong visual support are everything. It's called scaffolding. Basically, the pictures help them understand the words and build up their confidence. Simple, predictable language is also key. And so is content that's culturally relevant. Seeing their own cultures reflected in a book isn't just nice, it's an incredibly powerful and practical tool for getting them engaged. So, with the experience, the reflection, and all this new research in her back pocket, it was time for the most important step, putting it all into practice. How does this actually change what happens in the classroom tomorrow? The teacher's new goal became crystal clear. Find books that build bridges between cultures and make every single student feel seen. This led her to amazing titles like No Kimchi for Me and Minji's Lunch, stories that use the universal theme of food to explore culture, family, and what it means to be inclusive. And this new goal led to a fantastic new plan. It's not just about reading a book anymore, it's about finding these culturally relevant stories. And then, this is the best part, bringing them to life with hands-on activities, like cooking. Can you imagine creating a class recipe book where every student gets to share something from their heritage? This opens the door for incredible discussions about seeing and respecting other cultures. It's brilliant. Ultimately, this whole journey really hammers home a beautiful idea.
A teacher's job isn't to limit what a child reads. It's to be a guide. By thoughtfully introducing new and wonderful books, we can expand their world and help ignite a genuine, lifelong passion for reading.
And that brings us right back to where we started. A book is a friend. After seeing how one teacher turned a simple reading session into this powerful journey of learning and connection, it leaves us with a question to think about for ourselves. What new, life-changing friend will you introduce to a child next?